Space, the final frontier. Look, I am your father. The space theme is deeply rooted in our pop culture and is usually consumed by us as mere science fiction. The thing is, nowadays, space is way more than just the theme of your favorite movie or TV series. Space is our reality. Without it, we wouldn't have internet, GPS, or any kind of telecommunication services. It is also crucial for our country's farming, national defense, and even environmental protection. With all of this, you could imagine that maintaining space security would be in everyone's best interest, right? Well, actually no. Space is increasingly contested, congested, and competitive, and countries are still debating about the possibility of weaponizing this unique environment. Unfortunately here, I'm not talking about cool lightsabers or phasers, although that's what I tell my friends to study. I'm not talking about missiles either. They are way less probable to be used. Simply because they are more expensive, they draw a lot of attention, and they leave behind a cloud of debris. And these debris are a hazard for everyone's satellites, including the attackers. So I'm really sorry about that, but contrary to Star Wars or Star Trek, the most probable source of a space attack is actually a cyber attack. They're sneaky, cheaper, easily controllable, and often untraceable, drawing way less attention from the international community. Okay, but what does Australia have to do with this? Well, as an isolated island in the middle of the Pacific, Australia is extremely reliant on space services and applications, and most of its critical infrastructure is underpinned by the space sector. The country already acknowledged the growing importance of space and has recently reopened the Australian Space Agency right here in Adelaide and enacted a lot of new space policies and legislation. As you can imagine, there is a lot of new documents hanging around, and someone needs to analyze all of them to assess if they are taking into consideration the threat posed by cyber attacks on space. My research then performs a qualitative documental analysis and interacts with important space stakeholders, such as the Australian Space Agency and the European Space Policy Institute, through a series of workshops. The goal is to answer a simple question: how does Australia's policy and legal framework is considering the cybersecurity of its space infrastructure? As a result, after a lot of examination, it is noticed the absence of a specific cyberspace policy in Australia, with the topic also being scantily addressed internationally. The research then recommends the development of the theme under a specific section on the Australian Space Act and on the National Space Policy that's being developed right now. I believe that through this, Australia can create a framework to be safer in space and also to live long and prosper. Thank you.